Yay. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna pause it again. Bring in. Okay. Hello. Um,
Hi.
thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We'll just get right into it. And we'll start with, so maybe I'll start this way this time. Who are your Gulf South Indigenous communities? How are you related to the Gulf South? And then if you want to get into who are you, what is your practice? What do you get up into?
Okay. Who am I? Well, my name is Deja Jones. I use she, they pronouns. My connection to the Gulf South, well, my family has been here for a long time in New Orleans, Louisiana. But we kind of range across from Alexandria over to Mobile. It's kind of the run of the gambit for us that I know of. You know how that goes. But yeah, we are Black and we are Creole, but we also have indigenous roots as well. We're multi-indigenous. We are Chitimacha and Choctaw, as well as Wampanoag, which is over Aquinnah Wampanoag, which is also in Martha's Vineyard, or what's known as Martha's Vineyard. Um, but yeah, about me, I am an artist and an organizer. I work with young people in particular between the ages of 14 and 24 to do advocacy work in New Orleans, Louisiana. And a lot of my artwork aligns with a lot of my organizing. So you'll find with my work, the actual pieces itself are usually advocacy pieces, but I will also lace in teachings from my mom, who's a medicinal woman and a healer. And so a lot of those teachings I also reflect and share into my work as well, kind of like a wellness and spirituality as a form of advocacy perspective. Um, and then also with my work too, a lot of times in order to conduct my work, there's always like not always, but there's often like a programmatic thing that I like to do to kind of bring in and welcome other community members into that work. So that's been a commonality in my practice, as well as both an interdisciplinary artist and curator.
Amazing. Just, casually. Thank you so much for that. Um, so I wanted to know, what does two spirit mean to you? Or alternatively, are there other words in your language that you connect with around your queer lensed identity?
hmm Um, it's making me think about I usually use non-binary as an identifier to me. Um, yeah. You know, with questions like this, it really makes you think because I'm so on the side of just being and like whatever I am, just take me as I am. So putting words to it is so hard sometimes, but that's probably why you're doing this, which is great. Um, so I do go with non-binary pronouns. Usually, I do align with the identity of being two spirit because I always communicate that that is what I feel. I know that gender identity can definitely be a spectrum and you don't have to be one thing and one other thing. You can kind of be all of these things simultaneously and none at all and a little bit and halfway and all these other things. But when I communicate what I experience as my gender expression is I do really feel two spirited as in I do feel very masculine and very feminine energy, and these two things kind of come together to make me, and sometimes it's very fluid in the way that shows up, but that has been my experience. I think that my understanding or the way that I approach gender identity is certainly informed by, again, my spiritual background and understanding of spirituality, which is why, again, it's not about people or even like there's a man and there's a woman, and I feel like part man and part woman. That's not exactly it. I feel energies. I feel a natural masculine energy as well as a feminine energy, and I can feel these two things entangling in with me and showing up in different ways at different times for different occasions.
That's awesome. Thank you. I want to kind of get a little bit more into that. A lot of people have a really expansive view of this idea of two-spiritedness and using this phrase. I apologize about my dog. She's got thoughts about it that too. Um, but can you delve in a little bit about this expansiveness and what two-spiritedness, how it's shown up for you in your life? Do you see it in other places and other community members? Yeah, just kind of explore that with me a little.
Yeah, I definitely had to get to a better understanding, which I will answer your question with. Um, I had to do a little bit of deconstructing of what I even attached feminine energy and masculine energy to. I think for a long time, I really did not want to embrace any femininity or feminine energy because of uh stereotypical conditions that I attached it to. I really I was in that time, I was really thought of the feminine, or I really thought of women as being in this role that was very subservient to men. And I just rejected that so hard, for many different reasons. And so I really rejected what I thought was this feminine energy within me. So that was kind of like my thinking around these energies, still again attaching them to the very binary genders of man and woman. And that's just not necessarily so. So that was again the first step to really understanding my own gender identity, and the foundation for what I know to be today was first just again just breaking down those stereotypes that even I unawarely so had kind of put on to these energies, and thought that that's what it was, when I was actually experiencing the complete opposite. I go by she, they because really do love the feminine side of myself, and have such a high respect for it. I feel like that's where a lot of my power comes from, and a lot of my skills and leadership abilities and just traits that I really enjoy about myself and appreciate myself, and know that those are traits that have been passed down to me. Um, and so that's what I began kind of associating that kind of energy to, and how it kind of showed up into my life. It showed up uh, in my creativity, as well as in the way that I can care for people through my work, through my practice. And that became very important to me. And that didn't always necessarily mean that you are a person that is like coddling people. What I really appreciated about the feminine energy is that it was what I experienced to be pure love, but that pure love also came with a fierceness that knew how to share you love in a way that can be very sweet, but it's also going to give you exactly what you need. And that's not necessarily always the sweet side. Sometimes it takes a little kick in your ass. Sometimes it takes having to be strict. Sometimes it's taking, this fierceness. And so seeing that combination of both love and, I guess, toughness was something that I really admired and wanted to embrace. And I enjoyed those times when I saw that energy showing up in my own life in that way, and just even impressed with myself with my ability to do that. For my more masculine energy, it really does feel my masculine energy, I see a lot of my personality flourish there, which is so fun. Especially thinking about very masculine people in my life, that's something I've definitely gravitated to, just like their way of being is just cool and funny. So I just feel like a lot of my personality comes from a more masculine place. I also think that my not so much my work ethic, but more so my ability to do my work and to do it well. I feel like it comes up there a lot, especially with the work that I do, because it does require you to be enduring. It does require you to be cunning a little bit. It does require you to be strategic. Also, I feel like that's also a very feminine energy kind of trait as well. Um, my masculine energy, I feel like that's what kicks in when I just need to get the fucking job done, honestly. And that is how I've personally been experiencing it in all of these different ways. Um, I think it's also really interesting to see how an energy reacts to what's going on in your life, like how the masculine energy feels in times of crises and times where it needs softness. I think that that's where the experience of the masculine energy and how it reacts to its environment, I think that is a lot of time where the stereotypes really miss the mark because masculine energy does require a lot of softness and coddling and sweetness in order for it to be its best self. That's what it yearns. That's what it needs to thrive, to exist. And I think again, that's a lot of times where stereotypes like this kind of macho man figure, that's where it kind of falls short because it doesn't allow for those things to come in that it really does require to flourish. Um, and feminine energy is needing a little bit of the opposite because feminine energy does soft on its own very well, but it does need someone to create, or it does need an opposing energy to come in to create security in that area so it can be soft on its own. It needs to make sure that it is well protected and something has its back so that it can be soft. And when it's soft, it does all of these beautiful, wonderful things, and its cup is full and it really runs over. Um, so yeah, so that I just feel like that's how I've experienced it. But I feel like I might be going on a little bit, but yeah.
No, I love to hear what's on your heart and what's on your mind. Thank you so much. Um, do I want to go down that question? I guess I'm gonna shift track from one of the questions that I sent over. So can you talked a lot about your internal processes within your two spirit energy. Can you talk about how that feels in the society that we live in today? So like from the outward in, how does it feel? Does that make sense?
From the outward in,
So like from outward forces or other people who may not be familiar with it or are learning about it or a part of it too.
mhm.
What's the energy that's like reflected back at you?
Are you asking kind of how I'm perceived?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm asking.
Oh, that's so funny. I was just asking a friend about this. A new friend too, because I we were talking and I was like, I don't know how people perceive me. I think I can be very feminine looking. So I just assume that that's what it is. So that's just so funny because I feel like that's such a queer gender fluid experience being like, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing all the things to make them know what it is, and it's just how they're moving. It's not offensive, but it's just not, we're not on the same page. And I'm like, I don't know what else to do for you. I used to wear I used to wear like enamel pins because enamel pins they like tell you what it is. And I'm like, I just need you to know what I am and who I am. But to answer your question, I don't know. I think there's qualities about me that definitely informs how I move in the world and how people react to me. I mean, I'm Black, so that's something that's unrefutable. And feminine, that's also something that's unrefutable as well. So that definitely gets you all of the ordinary, not all and bad and good, reactions from people. But my queerness or my gender fluidness, hmm. I don't know. I don't know because you're just in it. You're just in it. I received from my friends that I come off gay as fuck. So we're already in a that was so important. And I was just like dropping a tear. I was like, oh my God, thank God. Um, because we at least want that. But I did appreciate they really did call it out. They were like, no, you have a very masculine, feminine thing about you. And I was like, yes, getting it. Um, but I think that just like my expression, I'm probably perceived in a very fluid way as well because I am so fluid. There's days that I'm like very feminine. There's days I'm very masculine. There's just some days where I'm like, this is just what we put on today. I don't know. Make your own inferences. So I think that's probably the best answer that I can give. It probably changes all the time.
It's a beautiful answer, and I totally get you of like that genderqueer experience. Like, what
How
am
it
I missing
broke
out,
me.
girl?
I was like, dear God, I don't know. I'm trying so hard, but I don't even know what I'm trying hard at. I'm just here. I don't know.
Yep, yep. And that game too. It's just like, look, you got me dressed. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
all right, well, I got one last question for you. What do you wish general society knew about these or our unique Indigenous genders, gender roles, and or identities? Are there things that you wish people would stop asking you? Are there things that you wish people would ask you more?
I just wish people would chill the fuck out and mind their business. It's fine. What's wrong? Chill out. Like what I like our existence doesn't minimize yours. I don't know what you want me to say. Just why do you care so much? I don't understand. I don't get it. I mean, I get it because we're so cool and interesting. So I get it. But I'm just like, I don't know, man. Read a book, go to a museum. I don't get the hubbub. I'm too tired to know why you care. I'm just trying to pay my taxes like everybody else. I don't know. I want to grow a garden. You want a bell pepper? Like fuck. I don't know. That's it. I think everyone would be happier if we just chilled the fuck out. We got too much going on for all that. That's it. It's just calm down. The fuck? Calm down. God, that's it. That's all I want. You can ask me all the questions. I genuinely don't care. You can call me all the things, as long as we're respectful. And honestly, I find that a lot of gender fluid people that way. As when we get down to it, we're just like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to get money to dye my hair and feed my cat. That's it. I don't care. So, of course, we always want people to be respectful, and that should just be off the back because we're all humans. We're all living beings, period. And then chill the fuck out. Us too. We could also chill the fuck out. Everyone, I think everyone across the board, stop. I think that's all I have to say.
Words of wisdom, truly. Put that on a quote. Like this beautiful picture of you. Just chill the fuck out.
The least, it's the minimum of all of our worries. It's really down there. It's really low. Chill out. Healthcare.
I
I
love
don't know. I think we can all agree on healthcare, right? Let's just maybe and deposit that over there.
it. That's we could all have nice health care. It's not a like, I want this over you. I would also want you to have good health care. Like, we could all have that.
There's just some universal truths, and I just feel like if we can just get those down pat, like what? Go for a walk. What?
Touch grass.
Like what? Like what are you trying to do, really? I don't know. So that's it.
Beautiful. It's the word I needed. I appreciate you so much. I wanted to open up the floor again if there's anything else you wanted to talk about, if you want to talk about yourself or something you're doing or two-spirit, something, I don't know. But the floor is open for you. And then otherwise we can close out.
No, I got nothing. But also I've been moving in the sun. So that I'm sorry, because my brain. But no, but this was lovely. It's always nice to talk about these things that you're doing and you don't really think about sometimes. It's nice to like to sit and reflect. So that I was just really looking forward to that. I was like, that would be so nice to just sit and just talk about everything and nothing. That I want more time for that. So that's great.
Glad to hear that. Thank you again so much.
Of course. Let me know if you need anything additional, and good luck with all of your interviews as well as your travel plans.
Thank you so much. Good luck with your move also, and especially in this heat. Been there, done that. Don't envy you, but I wish you all the coolness and AC that you need.
The power on today. We had to like sleep without the power last night, and it was awful.
Ugh, sorry.
Today, we got it.
Part of the prayers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm gonna pause the recording.